So far, it was largely the philosophers who studied human consciousness, but a serious effort to understand consciousness and walk the path towards ultimate reality was made at the MIT World Peace University in the form of the world's first conference on consciousness, the ultimate reality. Many eminent personalities, speakers, thinkers, and philosophers from all over the world share their thoughts on this subject during this conference. Journey into Mind, Consciousness, and DNA and Origin of Thoughts was the subject of discussion by Speech 10. The topic of renowned motivational speaker Dr. Ramakrishna G. Bhatt was, "Is consciousness with us or are we within it? A chemical dance or a trance?"
So as soon as I entered this beautiful campus, we feel that this is something different. This looks like a temple. And what a great feeling is this, to stay in this magnificent, beautiful hall, Santa Jnaneshwara, the philosopher Santa Jnaneshwara hall, the hall of knowledge and peace. I hope all of you agree that this something is special. So to begin with, Professor Vishwanath Karad sir, Mahanta Yogi ji, all the speakers, my dear friends, delegates, and I'm pretty sure there are some students too. And I expect, I'm being a professor, scientist from last 17 years and the research from last 24 years, I must be a student first to talk to someone. And if all of us think that we are students till we die, including me, you, everyone is student here. Isn't it? Because it's a vast ocean of knowledge. So I just felt that this such a beautiful campus cannot be built if a person doesn't have a Purvajanma samskara, or he or she doesn't have that sense of a feeling. And that what we say is something, it is beautiful. Like Professor Vishwanath Karad, I remember the Plato's word, the king or the ruler or an institution head must be a philosopher to become a ruler. Or the king or the ruler must be the philosopher to run the institution. I think you have both, and I believe all of you agree with that. And that's the Plato's word, and that's the Vedic samskara, and that's the reason we can see everything over here. So today's my topic is like when Professor Jayant Khandare kindly invited me, and I accepted this. So is consciousness within all of us, or are we within it? Is it a chemical dance? Because we, as a scientist, we talk about everything is materialistic in this nature, or it's the trance which is making all of us to feel we are within the consciousness. So let me start off with my famous quote from the Vedas or the Upanishad. They are one and the same, but when you go to the Jnana Kanda, that becomes Upanishads. It says that avijjanatam vijanatam vijanatam avijnatam. One who thinks I know everything, and that's the doomsday for all of us. I think I know little bit, I need to learn more. I need to seek all the time, and that's the reason Upanishads is all about. I think I don't want to go into define the consciousness, especially students' point of view. If students are here, you must listen to the talk more seriously than the delegates and the seniors, because this is always confusing. Confusion is there. Consciousness from the Western perspective, if you Google it, it is alertness, awakeness. And there is seriously, there is a linguistic problem, okay? Every time we try to translate it to English, or English translate loosely from the Sanskrita or the ancient languages, and that loses the essence. So maybe I was lucky or blessed to come from a land where I have been hearing the Vedic mantras for a long time. That might have given me an edge, and I studied Sanskrit for 12 to 13 years, and I could see the Vipra there, the Pandita, Vishishya Prajna, and I could see that, and putting my, salutation and namaskara, let me start my talk. And from the ancient Indian perspective, including the Buddhist perspective, and Professor Siddharth will explain more, Chaitanya, Mahachaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya is consciousness. Whereas the scientific point of view, the Western world, the Chaitanya, the loosely translated to the consciousness is the awakeness, alertness, and that is for Jagrata Avastha for us in the Indian point of view. So let me not get into the definition. If anyone here is from the Western world, they would think that, if you see the huge cloud or the cosmos, and that is the physical world, and a physical being, a human being, animal, birds, must be having consciousness within it. But why it happens? Because the Greeks and the earlier philosophers told anything. Aristotle said hylomorphism. He said everything in this world has to be a matter and energy. Every matter must be having a shape and structure. If there is no shape, and it must be a chaos. Hence, everything is chaos if there is no structure and shape for the Greeks' philosophy. And the chaos is everything. And if mind and consciousness we talk about, where is in existence? Where is the material? And it must be a chaos. And he said in a monkey's mind, possibly in ancient Indian perspective, we believe the humans take the birth humans after 84 lakhs of janmas. Hence, we must be going back and forth to different insects, birds and plants once again. And monkey birds are flying all the time, possibly. Monkey mind is flying. So what about mind and consciousness then? And that is because there is no matter. If there is no matter, as for the Greeks' philosophy, it must not be real. But the modern science does not believe that, because the modern science started 15th century, 16th century, 17th century, of course based on the Greeks' philosophy, but I will come to that. But Eastern world, talk about Taoism, Buddhism, Hinduism, or the Sanatana Dharma, and you can talk about many, the entire cosmos or the universe is full of consciousness. Maha Chaitanya, but the person or the people or anybody who is within it is a physical world embodied with the consciousness. There is a huge diametric difference is there. Please, students, please think about that. Everything is made up of Purusha and Prakriti. Para, Apara, I think everything has been talked about. I think there is